Every comedian starting out walks into an audition with high hopes, a racing pulse, and a piece of material. This is the piece of material I used when I got my job on Laugh-In. So it goes back a few years. Your response is appreciated. This piece is about a woman who has a problem. And many of us have similar problems. I think you know you have this problem if when you're leaving a party you overhear someone say, "Did she have a purse?" My name is Lucille W. I'm a rubber freak. It's all right, I can talk about it now. Of course, when there was a time when I couldn't. When I look back on it, I think it all started with rubber bands. I wasn't actually swallowing them in those days, I just sort of munched on them. Sometimes I'd take one and stretch it from one eye tooth to the other, sort of twang on it. Then one day I sat down to write a lyric for one especially good tune I'd twanged. I must have blacked out. Because when I came to, I realized I'd eaten the eraser off my pencil. Wasn't no time at all, I was up to 20 pencils a day. All my friends, my relatives, they started saying, "Lucille, don't you think you've had enough?" I thought I could handle it, I really did. I thought I could quit any time I wanted. Instead, I became a secret eraser eater. I started to take all my household money and spend it on art gum. I just couldn't seem to get enough. I was putting on weight. One day my husband came home early. I was just finishing off a typewriter eraser. He caught me with the brush sticking out of my mouth. That was the first lie. I told him I was chewing on my eyelashes. From then on, it was just straight downhill all the way. I went right on the heavy stuff. Things started to disappear around the house. Oh, at first I was careful, you know, door stops. Backs off the shag rugs. Tip off Mother's cane. Sometimes I'd be playing cards with the girls. I don't know what would come over me. I'd just jump up, run into the kitchen, and eat a spatula. Pretty soon, though, I just didn't seem to care anymore. The garden hose went. On rainy days, I started to hang out around grade school cloakrooms. It was the court psychiatrist, God love him, he saved my life, he really did. He told him this woman is no criminal, she needs help. I was down on my hands and knees thanking that man. I ate his crepe soles. Well, it's been a long, hard battle back, but I'm well now. Of course, just to remind myself, I still keep a snow tire in the closet. But thanks to medical technology, major breakthroughs in psychiatric care, I'm no longer a woman obsessed with an unnatural craving. I'm just another normal, socially acceptable drunk.
Oh, careful, Boomer. Was that a little pat on the po-po you just gave me? I wanted to talk to you, honey. That's a terrific-looking dress you're wearing. All you really need is a matching bag to go over your head.
Meanwhile, in another part of the room...
Boom, boom, boom. Hard as a rock. Listen, wide, dark, and handsome. Can you see Ronald Reagan as president?
No, all I've seen him on is Death Valley Days.
Close enough.
I must say I was shocked today
when I received a tasteless invitation to join a wife-swapping party. I must say the do's were incredible. The don'ts were rather amusing, too.
Very interesting.
But not very tasteful.
Wait a minute. Didn't I once see you in a Dusseldorf meat market next to the sausage?
What makes you say that?
Because you look like the worst.
That was very distasteful.
The bratwurst was distasteful, but the knackwurst was unbelievable. But by the way, Liebchen, what are you doing here anyway?
Well, my gauche man, I am here to see that this group of ribald rowdies behaves tastefully.
What do you mean, gaucherie man? What does a pickle puss like you know from the word taste?
That was very much I expected from someone who is as short on taste as you are short on height.
I could become violent. You know, when I met her in that Dusseldorf meat market, I never should have taken her off the hook. Dumb person, man. Wouldn't like the way she dresses either. Tight lips.
People who smoke in bed usually stop once they get the fire put out.
I'm Suzie Sorority from the Silent Majority. And if you can't hear me, I'll shout a little louder. Raw. Daddy doesn't mind if I play around, as long as it's golf. Raw. 2, 4, 6, 8. Boy, have I made Arnold wait.
Oh, there's that charming young lady again. So very tasteful. How very interesting.
Gracious, good afternoon. This is Miss Tomlin of the telephone company. Do I have the party to whom I am speaking? And may I have your name, sir? Mm-hmm. And what does the M stand for? And how do you spell Millhouse? Could you spell that again, sir? Sir, I'm sorry. You are not making yourself perfectly clear. Thank you. Now, Mr. Millhouse, sir, we were just idly thumbing through our files, and we noted that your telephone bill is now in the amount of $24,000.32. Well, we felt that was rather an excessive amount to allow on the basis of a $10 deposit. Well, oh, sir, that may very well be. Sir, that may well be. But according to our files, you have been living at your present address only 1 year. But yet we like to keep closer tabs on our transient customers. Hello? 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 Give me an F, give me a B, give me an I.
Give me an F, give me a B, give me an FBI.
Hello. Hello. This is the telephone company again. Apparently we were cut off. The mistake was probably at your end. Usually is. Now then, Mr. Millhouse, we were... Pardon? Your last name is not Millhouse? Oh, I see. Last name? Mm-hmm. And your first name is Millhouse. Well, Millhouse, about your bill. Now, according to our files, you have 175 extension phones installed at your residence, and you do make a great many long-distance telephone calls. Well, there's Paris and London, Beirut, Tel Aviv, Johannesburg. Tell me, sir, confidentially, don't you have any friends in this country at all? Well, sir, if they're so silent, why do you need so many extension phones? Oh, I see. Uh-huh. Well, sir, just who are you calling over there? You say that's privileged information. Well, I think I understand, Milhouse. Mm-hmm. Well, I'll be in touch with you. It's been pleasant talking with you. Phoenicia, this is Ernestine. Listen, I want you to send out right away a bulletin, an investigation bulletin on 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. I think I've uncovered a bookie joint.
My name is Edith Ann, and I don't have to say nothing if I don't want, because I'm going to have a baby. You know how you could get a baby? First, you could get real fat. Then you could eat a lot of pickles. Then your daddy puts a lot of clothes in the car and gets real nervous and can't find the keys. And then the policeman gives you a ticket, and you take the ticket to the hospital, and they give you a little baby boy. And that's the truth.
Lula, what's that sport where people run around and bump into each other?
Well, it's either football, hockey, or wife swapping.
Oh, Tim, you know, the thing I really wanted to tell you, first of all, how you know, everyone knows that you're so quick, and the thing is, I'll never forget when you stuck, you know, in your hand and everything. Well, in your show, all that singing and dancing and everybody, there's kind of a convoy, the people just, you know, it's such a kind of, everybody they fool around, it's a kind of exciting, I just really want to tell you how much what I wanted to convey, the thing is I wanted to get across is how much I wanted to tell you how much I really love your show.
Thank you. Go ahead.
One ringy-dingy. Two ringy-dingies. A gracious good afternoon. This is Miss Tomlin from the telephone company. Have I reached the party to whom I am speaking? Dr. Rubin? Dr. David Rubin? Infamous author of what you've always wanted to know about sex, but were afraid to ask? Good. Dr. Rubin, we at Ma Bell want to know how you're using the equipment, and we are not afraid to ask. We understand that arrangements for romantic rendezvous are being made on this line. Oh, official business. My headset. Now, you listen to me, Dr. Rubin. You are making a gross misuse of the equipment. I am referring to your telephone, Dr. Rubin. Yes, Dr. Rubin. I am not a prude. I am not a prude. I am a high school graduate. But using Ma Bell to set up all this hanky-panky, well, it must stop. Pardon me, what is that? You're doing research to compile facts and figures? Facts and figures. The fact is, you're only interested in the figures, you animal. I know all about people like you. Yes, I do. I know you're kind. I majored in animal husbandry. What, pardon? What is that? Well, no. No one actually ever has described my voice as seductive. Well, around the office, however, I am known as the sensuous service representative. Oh, Dr. Rubin, tomorrow? Well, I suppose research on your second volume? I could lend myself in the interest of science. I'll bring along a friend. I'll see you soon. Phoenicia, this is Ernestine. Listen, I wanted you to ask Mr. Stiflinger to meet me tomorrow after work. We're going to probe into some facts and figures. I think he's guessed what the doctor ordered.
Give me a S, give me a A,
Give me an N and a D. I said a E, I said a R, I said a S once again. Give me a S, give me a A, give me an N and a D. E-R-S, S-A-N-D.
Shut up, I'm trying to putt.
If at first you don't succeed, think of it this way. You failed. You know, you always hear that women are more emotional than men. Well, it's just not true. It's not true. It's not. It's not true. It's not true. It's just not true.
My sister, Mary Jean, brought a magazine hidden in her blouse. And Mama seen her reading it. And it had pictures of bad ladies with no clothes on. And Mama snatched it out and yelled and punished her. And then later Mama said, Edith, get undressed and go to bed. And I said, I will not get undressed. Only bad ladies take off their clothes. So I went to sleep with my coat and my shoes on. And you know what? I think it's more comfortable to be a bad lady. And that's the truth. Hold it! Hold it, mister!
What?
Walk through here, please. Walk through here.
What's that?
Fish detector. We want to see you got any fish on you.
Fish? I don't have any fish
Yeah,
on
come
me.
on. It's regulations. Walk through. Come on, be a sport. And don't try no tricks. I'm watching. Come on back. Come on back. Come on back.
I don't know
You're
why that's
loaded
fun.
with fish. You're loaded with fish.
No, I don't have any fish.
Yeah, I'll be the judge of that.
Huh?
Give me your
What?
jacket and your shirt. Come on, give me your shirt.
Wait a minute. What is this all
Come
about?
on, go back through. Take another whack at it.
Take another whack.
Yeah, wait a minute. The pants. Give me the pants. Come on, take off the
I'm
pants.
not gonna get enough.
Yeah, come on, take off the pants. It's regulations.
okay,
Take off the pants.
All right,
It's regulations. Your ears are leaking. Come on, come on. Okay, go back through.
Yeah, it didn't buzz.
Oh, wait, hold it a second. Go back through.
What?
Wait a second, hold it. Hold it. Okay, come on back.
What was that pointing anyway?
Yeah.
I have my pants.
Yeah, must have been the herringbone tweed. The fish detector's never wrong.
Yeah, give me my pants.
Here, put your pants back on.
What is this thing doing here anyway?
Hey,
I don't understand.
don't
this
ask me.
situation.
I just work here.
Yeah.
Come on, dance.
Huh?
Dance. Dance. Come on, dance.
What's going on, pal?
Hi, officer. He's putting his pants on. He's putting his pants on.
Want to keep your mouth shut?
Why don't you shoot your toe off?
She did. She made me do.
What are you doing?
Oh, well, they just...
Want to put your hands up?
Huh? Yeah.
Hey, what? Your pants fell down.
That's indecent exposure, you know? I'm gonna have to take you in.
Better put the cuffs on him.
You better put the cuffs on you.
Cuffs? What for? Is it...
Better shoot your toe off.
Keep your mouth shut.
Hey, get your hands off his pants.
Yeah, get your hands off.
You know, you're asking for a bust.
Yeah?
Hold it there. I've got an earth joke. There were these two humans watching television. And after about 2 hours, one human turned to the other and said...
I'm hungry.
And the other one said...
Let's eat.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we have introduced one of the new members of our company, Miss Lily Tomlin.
Yeah, and how'd you like doing your first show?
Oh, the thing that I really, I couldn't believe, the people were just, like when Big Al picks up and he makes it, you know, what is that, you know, whatever, and Goldie is, you know, she's so intelligent, but more than that, it's, I enjoy,
The preceding program was pre-recorded just in time to be the last show of this year.
And before, you know, and I really have to thank the audition. I have to, because I've never in the steam room. It was unbelievable. I don't know when to have have to. And then the attendant came and couldn't unlock the thing to get my thing. I didn't know what, and I had to go home. But luckily I could do that, and behind me.
Very interesting, that new girl. She sounds a lot like my commanding officer. We didn't understand him either. Good luck, kid.
Joke wall. If they could only see what go behind. But you know, and despite all that and everything, I think that I'd have to thank, you know, the person up there.
The janitor?
Ah!